Hey guys, welcome back. This is the lecture number 25 from our bootcamp series. In this lecture, we will learn how to create a controller in Rails. So there are two ways of creating a controller in Rails. First, you can create controller manually and then you have to do everything manually like creating views, setting up routes and so on. Generate a new controller using Rails generator command. So if you don't want to create controller manually, then you can use Rails generator to generate your own controller, and that will always come up with the required views of the actions it provided and required routes for that controller and required style sheets and test files for that. Okay, but before creating a controller we first need to know that what is a controller actually. So, whenever a request comes from the web server, the Rails router map that request to a controller action, and then the respective controller action will serve the request. The request can be of any type like a get, post, patch, put, or delete. Okay. A controller action performs the necessary work to handle the request and prepares the data for the view. Okay, I'm keeping the controller definition very short for this video because I will explain everything in detail when we come to study the action controller part in more detail and in the lecture where we will discuss MVC architecture in more detail. Okay, so in this lecture we will create our controller manually and we will also look at how to create a Rails controller using Rails generator. So for creating a controller manually, please go to the app controllers and create a new file in it. So you just need to go at this place, app controller. So right now you can see that here is the application controller, and whenever we create a controller in Rails application, no matter by generating it using Rails generator or we create it manually, all the controllers are placed inside the controller directory of app directory. Okay, so now let's create a controller. Since we are creating a controller for welcome, so we will create a welcome controller. Okay, so you can see that this is my file name. Now let's try to understand how to name a controller. Okay, the controller name must be like name of your controller underscore followed by underscore then controller and then dot rb extension. Okay, this controller name explain that what is your controller's name. Okay, and it must be a proper camel caching when defined in the controller file itself. So you can see that I have created a welcome controller. So it should be like welcome underscore controller dot rb. Okay, now you have to define it like welcome controller. So this is how I have created a controller in my Rails application. Okay. All the controllers you will create manually or generated by command line must be inherited from the application controller. Okay, here it is the application controller. The application controller itself inherited by action controller base, which is a library for handling all controller like stuffs like handling callbacks and defining strong parameters, methods, and everything required to handle the controller stuff is defined in action controller base. And application controller you can say is the root controller of your application, and all of the custom controllers or resource controller you use in your Rails app must be inherited from the application controller. Okay, if you wish, you can. inherit your controller with action controller base too. Like you can use this action controller base here as well instead of application controller. You can do this as well, nothing wrong with it, but it does not make sense to inherit your custom controllers from action controller base even if you have application controller already exist. Okay, so we need to avoid this, not because of the duplication of code and just because of following the better and standard practices for it. Okay, now we have created a controller already, and it's time to define a method in it. Okay, because unless your controller has any method, or unless your controller has method, it does not make sense to add that controller or keep that controller in your rails application, because uh, when you have controller you must have some actions defined in it, and these actions will be formed as routes of your application. So let's say create a action in this controller, it's a def index. Okay, you can create controller name as your wish. Sorry, you can create controller action name as your wish, but considering best practices, the controller action name must be meaningful. Since I want to create an index page or a welcome page for my application, my custom welcome page, so that's why I have named it at index. But if you can name it like ABC as well or whatever you can, but just follow the best practices. Okay, now you can see that this is the controller action, we call it controller action, but the same syntax we saw into the ruby while learning the ruby methods. Okay, so controller methods are just like controller actions are just like methods, but we call them as actions when it comes to controller, and these actions are defined as route in route page, sorry, defined in the route for mapping to the browser or handling the request. Now, remove these spaces. Now we have created a custom controller and we have created an action in it. Okay, so that's a brief but good enough explanation of controller in Rails. In this lecture, we have created a controller and defined an action into it. In the next lecture, we will create a landing page, or and we will create a view template for it and associate it with this action and define this controller, this index action of welcome controller into the route itself, so that when we visit the localhost 3000 or the root page of the application, we can see our own custom component there. So in the next lecture we will take a brief look on routing and view layer as well. So that's all about this. Now, this is the question time. Okay. So the first question is, what is a controller? Okay. And what are controller actions? How to create controller in Rails and why controller is necessary in Rails applications. So you need to prepare such questions. Okay. So that's all from this video. Thanks for watching it, and let's meet in the next lecture. And till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.